those of you that don't know, I'm Mama Witch.
A witch! A witch!
The mama that plays games, the MVP at GFG, Grown Folk Gaming, and are you me? Welcome back. We are here with episode 2, or recorded 3 episodes, including a pilot, but we are here for episode 2, and in total 3 episodes, and I really can't believe I have done 3 episodes. I'm loving my consistency, which can be an issue for me. I have commitment issues. So I'm excited that it's been a steady progress, and we're getting guests every episode. So shout out to all my guests, everyone that's interested in being a guest. I appreciate it. All the information is attached to the episode. But this episode, we're discussing millennials and marital status. Where do we stand? You know, if you're a millennial, I feel like all we wanted to do was be adults. We just wanted to grow up so fast. We wanted to be adults. So a lot of us started relationships earlier. We started having kids earlier. We are transitioning into this majority of, I just want to be single. I just want to be into myself. Because I already done it. I've done it. I've done the long-term relationship. I've done the riding for somebody. I've done that. And now I want my time back. And I feel like that's where a lot of us are transitioning, in our 30s and 40s, let me find out who I am so that I could be that person for someone else. And a lot of us are, wanting to be married later on in age. So our first guest, the tiny, the mighty, she's going to introduce herself right after our break.
Are you looking for personal adult entertainment?
Subscription is free. Link tr.ee Mama Witch Plays.
Are you a gamer in need of community? Join GFG, Grown Folk Gaming, where we not only game. We inspire, motivate, and, get it? Life is stressful enough. Play games.
Thank you for listening to our ads. If you do want to be a part of the GFG community, all the links, they're in the descriptions. If you want to follow me on my socials, get to know a little bit about me, all the links are also in my link tree down below on the social buttons. But without a further ado, let's introduce...
My name is Aana. I'm from Chicago, but I reside in ATL, and I'm divorced.
Oh, okay.
Happily divorced.
So, happily divorced, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, I guess I've been thinking about this because, like I said, you're divorced. There's been people now that they're in their 30s and 40s, they don't even want to be married, right? Because it seemed like, I feel like everyone that's a millennial, we kind of grew up fast, right? Or we wanted to be adults so bad. We wanted to be adults so bad.
Yeah.
And then once we got to be adults in our 20s, you know what I mean? It's like we did it already. Now it's at a time where some people feel like they just want to be single. They just want to be by themselves. So it's leading into my question, how has marriage changed? Your thoughts on it since your childhood?
I know, growing up, everybody wants to play house. Everybody wants to play with their Barbies and pretend they had 5, 6, 7 kids and things like that.
The name of the kids.
It changed. Yeah, we was providing for the kids. We was teaching the kids, all this homeschooling, all different type of things. But I feel like it's changed because nowadays everybody just want to be single, freeze, like because you want to be independent. Like you want somebody to take care of you, but you don't in a way. It's keeping up with the Joneses on a whole nother level.
Right.
On a whole nother level. It's changed so much, and you got all these standards, all these beauty things to live up to. It's way different. Way different. Couldn't prepare for that.
Right. And you said that you divorced. So when did you marry?
Oh, 2019.
Okay, so recently, pretty much married and divorced then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And would you remarry?
I sure would.
You would.
5,
You
6,
would.
7 times. Call me Elizabeth Taylor.
All right.
I sure will.
All right. I mean, okay, so, if you're comfortable and not really going into too much detail, why did you divorce?
We divorced because his family didn't know how to keep to themselves. Like, as far as, like, in our business. They was asking too many questions that didn't have nothing to do with them. And I'll tell you specifically, it was kids that they was, like, trying to pressure us. And we trying to enjoy each other. Yeah, it was kids. And I'm like, why you worried about me, ma'am? You need to worry about your hot box. Don't worry about me and my 4-piece chicken nugget.
Right.
That's number one.
Right.
Okay, I need you lived your life. Let your son live his life. Because I'm definitely going to live my life. If I can't, it has to be peaceful. Like, you asking questions, let us be great.
Right, and that goes into again being pressured, and then now wanting that time to just either, or having kids, you just want to be with that person, or just want to be pretty much by yourself. But why would you remarry? Why would you remarry?
Because of a past relationship, whatever it is that I've been through, that don't determine my love for the next person. It don't be like, oh, I'm not gonna never do this again. Yes, I will. With bells on, really do this again. I will, because you only live one life from what I heard. Tupac ain't came from the dead and tell me nothing else. But
what would you do different?
Sure will. Huh?
What would you do different in the next marriage?
In the next marriage, everything got to be G14 classified. It's between us, because if we can't rock as a unit, like it got to be, I don't know, Murder Inc. It got to be HOV. It got to be like on some Illuminati death row type shit. Like, nobody needs to know unless we feel like telling them. We can tell them when it's done. Like, we don't tell nobody our goals. We, you know what I'm saying, not keeping them out, but being private, because that's between a man and a woman. If you can't be as one with that person, then I don't know what you need to be, but it's just not with me.
Right, and because that again goes back into feeling like you being pressured to have this type of that aesthetic, that perfect relationship, that perfect marriage aesthetic. And then at the end of the day, it ain't real.
Yeah. You trying to keep up and basically put on face and everything else for everybody else. But you have to live your life. Because what you would have done or said certain things if they wasn't instigating or around.
Because what was that term? My mama used to say it. What happens in this house stays in this house.
Right. But that's cap.
You know what I mean?
That's cap when it comes to other family and everything. Between you and your partner,
Yeah. Real shit.
Yeah.
Real shit. Because at the end of the day, I be sitting there thinking, like, how could I really... I couldn't actually put all of my business out there.
Yeah. Because people react different when they know your business.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. They either treat you... Are you in a relationship now?
Mm-hmm. I'm in a relationship with a chunky person from Philadelphia. Yes, I am. He's so chunky, child.
Girl.
Yep.
Listen, y'all need to listen. Y'all need to listen, okay? And get with a husky motherfucker. Okay.
That's what you're hearing.
Jay-Z said it right. Pressure bust pipes.
Pressure bust pipes. One more time. Yep.
Or that.
Yep.
So how long have y'all been in a relationship?
I think it's been about 2 years. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look, y'all cheesy. So y'all cheesy. Okay. And does he want to be married?
David probably don't want to be married. Do you want to be married, David?
I'll marry you.
He said he would marry me.
Oh, I'm about to cry. That's so fucking sweet. And got me diabetes over her. Look at your face. Look at your face. Look at your face. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So I guess wedding bells is in the air then. I guess if it happens, it
Probably,
happens.
eventually. If it happens, it happens. You know, no pressure. However.
No pressure. Do you want to be married? Because I asked you, would you remarry? But do you want to be married? Are you ready to be married?
I am. I definitely am.
So you don't want to be single? You have no fantasies of being single?
No.
And not being single, and I want to say like not being single in a way that you're like single and you're looking for someone, or you're single and you're dating, but just single in yourself.
Right, like, no, I want to go old with somebody that I can enjoy life with, because I deserve that. I want to grow old and talk shit and sit on the porch and be like, look at them damn kids. Now look at them playing with that grass. They don't make no cotton picker shit. I want to be just like that. And then
my husband.
Yep.
My husband.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I don't know. So, what's something you would tell your younger self about relationships and marriage?
I would tell my younger self, that's a great question. I would tell my younger self, just focus on your school, because these hoes is for everybody, and you're not even there yet. Just calm down. It's not that serious. And nobody, he ain't gonna be there. He's not gonna be there. It's not gonna happen. So just keep on, just focusing on yourself and your grades.
He ain't gonna be there.
He's not gonna be there. You got a lot more for the streets for you. The streets is for you right now. And that's just the fact. And eventually the streets won't be for you. And that's exactly what it is. And you'll be able to settle down and turn your pimp card in.
Still feel
turn your black card in.
It felt good though. It felt good when you do that though. It felt good when you turn in your pimp card. Cause like you know, it's like a fucking Grammy or some shit. Like I earned that.
Like a fucking EGOT. Here, you. It's EGOT.
Real shit. Because I asked that question because I always been the type of person that I was able to separate three things, right? And basically, and I'm gonna tell you, I've been in 3 major relationships my whole life. 3. And 2 of them I got kids from. So I know how to separate between dating, fucking, and somebody I want to be in a relationship with. You know what I mean? And I always say that. Like, I always say that you have to be able to separate those 3 things. Because sometimes people are only for the moment.
Only for a season, not
and that's about it.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's exactly what they be doing.
And that's okay. And that's okay. And that is okay.
Yeah.
You know, right now, it's okay to just be single. I said, it's okay. It's okay. I'm like, you're not even 30 yet. Relax. Enjoy yourself, girl. Enjoy yourself. You know? So what y'all doing for the rest of the night?
So what are we doing for the rest of the night? We're going to have a wait and exhale moment. Because right now is, and I know it sounds weird because you're supposed to have it with your girl, but we've been through shit in life, and when we first start, you know what I'm saying, like talking as friends, that's what we did. We started talking as friends. I wasn't trying to holler at him, no funny stuff. Like, we was down in the dumps, but we was uplifting each other. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And that's when we gonna come together and talk about, you know, what we've been through, where we was at before, and where we at now. And we're gonna talk about God, and we're gonna pray. Every time we reach a different subject, we're gonna pray. Because it didn't have to be like that at all. And people could do fucked up around here. Yeah, for real.
Real shit. Always gonna have that bond. Always that bond ain't gonna go away. That's so damn special. Well, I'm happy for y'all. I'm happy for y'all. I'm happy for anybody that's happy. Well, shit, I'm happy for anybody that's happy in a relationship and is in that type of relationship where you can talk about the things you don't want to talk about, or talk about the things that make you uncomfortable. You know?
You gotta depend on the person. You gotta depend on what you got, the track record, everything you've been through. You can't just looks fade, all that shit. People, hell. Shout out to my Salima.
Amen. Jesus, life in Christ and water.
Yeah. That's my snookums. And it's like seasonal depression and things like that. Like, it's during that time where, you know, people be killing themselves. They suicide. Like, it's that type of time of year. So this is
right.
Very
I tell people it is 2024, and it's you only are lonely if you choose to be lonely. You know what I mean? It's 2024. There's so many ways you can make connections with people. There's so many ways I can make a connection with people. I guess with that we could end it with, sometimes it's not about being in that type of intimate relationship or marriage, but having that special connection with somebody. Right? Because that's really, I guess, what it's about.
That's it.
Once all the intimacy go, what you on? Yeah, what you, I mean, shit. Once the body go, what you gonna have? Once the body go, what do you have? You know, and that's important. You know, you don't want to be sitting rocking on your porch with nothing to talk about. So it seems like our generation is leaning towards more of being in a marriage. I'm shocked. I'm surprised. Let's take a break and see what our next guest has to say, and see if it feels the same way.
Are you looking for personal adult entertainment?
Subscription is free. Link tr.ee Mama Witch Plays.
Are you a gamer in need of community? Join GFG, Grown Folk Gaming, where we not only game. We inspire, motivate, and, get it? Life is stressful enough. Play games.
Thank you for sticking around for my promos. It's your girl. You know, support. It's appreciated. But I am so excited to introduce our next guest. This is a person, one of my favorite people that I have met in my lifetime. I have known him since 9th grade, or when I met him in 9th grade. And he has always been a free, critical thinker and not afraid to go there. So, without a further ado...
My name is David Banner from Philly, Philadelphia, PA, 215. 191 something. Marital status, single as can be.
Single as can be. Okay,
Yeah.
why are you single as can be?
Because I feel like as long as you're awarded time, which is just waking up every day, you have tomorrow to look forward to. So then, why rush? You know what I mean? Put in the time, because people that put in the time, things tend to work out, right? And it's something that's tried and true across really anything that you do. If you add the time into, you know, whatever it is, if you're trying to play basketball or something like that, you spend hours in the gym, you're going to be great at basketball. So, you know, it works tenfold in just building connections with people. And when in terms of just marriage, just talking about somebody that is going to be around you in a personal space. That takes time to really kind of get to know someone that can, you know, connect with you in a way that you can, you know, be in there and be around them. Because I'm learning something at 32. Listen, I pay for peace. I pay for peace. I'm 32. I pay for peace. The last thing I want to do is fuck my peace up. And if I'm going to add somebody to said peace, then they need to be vetted. Plain and simple. And I feel like, you know, people just do too much on the web. No, take the time. Know these people.
Right. Again, get to know you. And I think our previous guest said, you know, get to know your dislikes and likes and their dislikes and likes when you do find somebody. But first, you got to find out your likes and dislikes first.
And boundaries.
Boundaries.
I speak big on boundaries because a lot of people, they don't let them be known, and then they let them dictate their relationship. Well, you never said anything. If you told her that you didn't like your neck being kissed or something like that, if you just said something, maybe she would have stopped doing it. But now you upset because now you're kind of, you know, it's whatever. Talk about your boundaries and talk.
It's a little
You know,
scary.
everybody want to get online and like all them posts about red flags, but nobody seems to be able to actually identify them in real life.
Preach it.
So what are we talking about?
So going,
you know.
So going into one of our first questions, how has the thought of marriage changed since childhood? Because I mean, you know, we known each other since high school, right? I mean, so
Yeah.
I was sitting there, I was just thinking, so how has marriage and relationships changed since childhood, and now into adulthood?
Well, you're talking to somebody that this year my parents finalized their divorce. But me, they've been divorced since I was a kid. But they've been divorced. They just finished the paperwork. But see, they moved in unison for a very long time for the sake of us and insurance and shit like that, because there's benefits in that regard. But there was a long point in life where I had no interest in that at all. I just thought it was like, oh, this is a waste of time. The way both my parents frame it, it was a waste of time for them. And
even being
there was
in
no
a unit.
upside. There was no upside for it, because how my mom put it is, you know, what's the point if you're unhappy?
Right.
And so it just put a bad taste in my mouth for a long time. But and this is where, you know, there's an evolution in just growing up as a child, where you see your parents as the superhero, and then you just start to understand that, oh, they're just people.
Yeah, this fantasy.
You know what I mean? The fantasy. It's crazy. So like when the fantasy is broken down to you and you understand the person, and they're no longer the superhero. Now mom is always the superhero, whatever. Right? Dad's the superhero. But
Amen.
in real terms of like how you view them, they used to be, you know, these people that could figure out these problems, whatever. And like, mom, how the fuck did you put together a whole week's worth of meals on $20? Like, the superhero shit.
Word.
So you get older and you're like, holy shit, this is just you know, one, she's still a superhero, but like two, it's like, damn, Mom, you was fucked up. Like,
You fucked up. Real fucked up. Fucked up.
I learned that, you know, my mom told me the reason why that her and my dad, they got married in the first place because they felt like that everybody was supposed to find their somebody in high school, and it got to like a year or two after high school, and so they jumped right into it, right? And they knew early on that they were two different people that moved two different directions, and how they moved directly with the conflict of each other. But then they went through this whole process where, like, you know, I guess I was dumb, still, because I'm adopted, so I'm not even blood kin. I love you. Like, I'm adopted. I was adopted first, but I was adopted. So, you know, I see these people as, you know, one, they're heavily religious, so like their belief, especially my dad, his mindset was like, oh, you get one shot at marriage, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, right, we're going to stay together. We're going to honor
like that
part.
You know what I mean? And if it ends, then that's it too. Like, I'm not getting remarried. There is none of that. It's like, this is it.
Your dad believed in separating on divorce, but he just didn't believe in actually remarrying.
Yeah, well, I think I don't know if he believes in separating divorce. I think he accepted it to happen. I think he just firmly believes in marriage. And like I said, that for a long time, I'm like, oh, I'm like, Dad, well, you're crazy. I don't want no part of that. Like, you're nuts, because Mom is crazy. Like, Mom, why you married this man?
A lot of couples and a lot of married people stay together because they create this unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I feel like they have flawed premise because they were, like I said, they were working out because they were religious people.
That's going into my next question is, that goes into my next question, do you feel like that they most likely felt this push because of their religion to stay in a relationship?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Right. What about you?
So,
what about you? Do you feel a push from society to, or from your friends and family to be in a relationship?
No.
Be married?
No.
Kids?
Like, no.
Because they're blocking it out, or is it because they're blocking it out, or is it because they're literally not trying to put it in your ear?
I think that I don't think that society is. One, I think that society favors people that recreate, because everything about humanity is all about like the next generation. And there's a lot of things in, you know, recreating if you go about it the right way. See, people that don't go about it the right way tend to have a harder time doing it. Like my sister right now is going through it because she wanted a baby so bad that she went and had one with somebody that doesn't really give a fuck about her. But then he wasn't really ready to do this on her own, so then it created this animosity between her and her child. So there's a lot of levels to this shit. And for me, I have a vision.
Is a sickness.
I have a vision. Yes, it is. And I don't want any parts of that. I want to have children in the way that, like,
the most happiest and joyous way.
Not even that, but like I feel like I'm so great that I'm plateaued, and I feel like the only way that another great version of me is going to exist is going to be through children. So like I feel like the last part of me to create the perfect version of me involves being able to recreate it in children. It's the reason why I have not done in nobody. I refuse, because it matters to me who is the mother of my children. And I'm not sloppy like that. To me, you know, having an orgasm doesn't mean that much to me. In the grand scheme of, you know, a 5-second occurrence or an 18-year, you know, cause and effect. You know what I mean? So, and 18 years just the legal term, but really it's lifetime.
And there's no return.
Lifetime.
It's
really is
retirement. It's only death.
Really is
It's
lifetime.
only death.
For real, we're keeping it above with you. You know what I mean? So like, it matters to me who the person is that I opt to go down that path with.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I'm all about patience. It's vet these people. I don't think my parents truly vetted each other, because if they did, they probably would have saw and handled and managed the red flags that they would have discovered through the time of just giving themselves patience that they found out way after the fact.
Word.
So I could talk from a perspective of naivety almost.
Right,
You know,
you're
it's
talking
cool
about
now,
just,
but
you're
like,
just talking about the marriage part, but you're not
yeah,
talking
just
about
like the
being in
raw
love.
marriage part. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah,
Right.
boom.
Bet. But
Because
being
I
in love with
have
a
a
person?
different, and that's where I have a different perspective, because I think that I don't think love is. I put love on the same playing field as being happy and being sad and being angry. Like, I could be happy one day, I could be sad another. I could be in love one day. I could hate this person. God damn it, this bitch on my nerves today. But then tomorrow, love it to death.
That's a toxic
You know what I mean?
relationship.
But is it though?
It's toxic. That's
To me, I feel like
toxic.
the only parents can issue out unconditional love. I feel like everything else is conditional. Everything else is conditional. Because if you met the perfect person and you all got married happily ever after, and then he turns around and does something very horrific to you, the person that you love, was it love? Was it ever love? Then you got to question, was it ever love? If they had it in them to do something horrific to you, the person that they've been telling you they love you,
True.
was it ever love? So then what does love truly look like then? If,
I mean, they
the
might not
person
have
that's
loved
capable of
you.
doing that.
They might not have loved you unconditionally, but you love them unconditionally.
Maybe. Oh, so can somebody love unconditionally one way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I
it's
believe that to
very
be true
painful.
because it
It's very
exists with
painful.
parents.
It's very painful.
Okay.
It's very,
Okay.
it's very painful.
This is why, like, the term unconditional love is very interesting to me, because I can add conditions to it. Because if you're telling me that
But you know, I was talking to somebody about that. I said, you know, this guy asked me, he's like, you know, mamas, why you not married yet? You know what I mean? And I said, I was like, you know, if the person presented himself, would I actually be ready? You know what I mean? That you sit there and say no. You sit there and say that you want these things, like, you know, you want that type of unconditional relationship with someone, and you do, and you know what? Maybe when I thought I had it, maybe it wasn't the right person, maybe it wasn't the right time. But like, I realized that sometimes, especially with women, is that we say we want things, and then when we get it, we're like,
I wasn't limited to women. It happens
they
with
want
men.
this.
Get what you want,
they
and
want
you get
these
it, and then
women.
it's over.
It's not that it's over. I'm not saying that, like, you even get to the get part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you before you got into this relationship, you're like, I just want a guy that's gonna wine and dine me, spend more than $30 on my lunch. You know what I mean? I want that. And then this man gets down on his knee and ready to propose, and then you say no. You know what I mean? Because you're not ready to be a wife. Like, same thing like with, and it's the same thing like with like a husband. You know what I mean? It's so much more involved than just getting on one knee, here's the ring, planning a wedding, and then that's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is something else that, you know, when you asked about, like, societal pressure. I don't feel any because society doesn't push the same type of connection anymore, right? And I remember I got up from the bar from talking to this woman because she was like, she said, because we were vibing to it, and I was just like, what? She said, yeah, you know, something along the lines of, I can't be with, you know, around no man or a man that can't afford to put everything on the table or whatever. And so I was like, well, what do you bring to the table? Oh, well, me, because I'm the prize.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you're lost.
All right, you know what? No, she's going to attract someone who wants to show off a prize. You're going to exactly. Yep. You're going to find someone who just wants to show off a prize, and that's that's tough.
And listen, and this is the internet, and the internet creates this illusion that that everybody's moving in unison when it doesn't work that way. Snap back to reality. You know what I mean? And I see that a lot, especially if you get caught up online. There's somebody for everybody. There really is. There's somebody for everybody. And
I don't want to talk about marriage and who I want to be with because I still have not. I still don't know yet. I thought I knew, but clearly I was not specific enough. You know, right? So that's what I mean. It just goes back to like, you know what? Maybe I need to just, you know, go back into myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not really even go back to yourself. Go back to myself. Go back to me before I was in a relationship. You know what I mean? That's the only way that I can identify.
And see that, you know, that's always been an issue to me. That's always been an issue to me when I hear people say stuff along the lines of like, I want to get back to the person I was before I met this person. And it's like, how drastic would the person change you to lose yourself?
Enough. That's enough, sadly.
I got a question now. Is that considered toxic?
It is.
Actually, vastly serious. I'm like, you have to admit it in order to move forward with progression. The more that you deny it, the more I feel like you lean into it. But you're very toxic. Because I could make an argument that most people are toxic. Most people are. People are influential beings, and everything is all about being selfish a little bit.
I feel like I was toxic with the person. I feel like I was toxic with the person I was with. It took me a minute to realize that he didn't know me. It took me years. He don't know me. He actually really don't know who I am as a person.
So how does it feel when you come to that realization?
You feel defeated. I was going to say lost, but you feel defeated because...
No, defeated is the word for sure.
Yeah, you feel defeated because no matter, like, at that point, any type of argument doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And an argument doesn't matter. A conversation about something so basic doesn't even matter because they don't know who you are. So when you respond, they're not going to understand. You know what I mean? Like, he literally created a fantasy of me in his own head.
And see, that's. I feel like a lot of people do that. Because I feel like that's what my parents did. You know, life is like a puzzle. And if you try to keep forcing the piece in there, it's not going to work. You can force it in there. It's going to throw your picture off. You might have to break some ends off to get it in there, but you can force it in there, but it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Like, the organic fit is the organic fit. And let the internet throw me off. You niggas are lazy. A lot of you niggas are lazy, okay? And we live in a society. Here's my problem. I was going to mention this before is I don't care about having conversations about who can bring what to a table. First of all, if you bring it up in front of me, I'm leaving. That was what I was going to end that story with about the girl at the bar. Like, I left because I don't care about that kind of conversation, because if that's what you're talking about, we're already off already.
Right, that's where your mind's
we're not. Yeah, we're off. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, the man should bring this to shut up. No, like, shut up. Because if when I get a wife, unless I, you know, find me one that can fully just, like, she is an amazing cook, I'll get busy in the kitchen. But if she's an amazing cook, it just means I'm cleaning up. Like, people have this vision of what 50-50 really means.
That's 50-50.
Oh, yeah. It's like, no, 50-50. Like, if she can't be done in the house, like, shit getting done in the house.
I'm cutting this.
You know what I mean?
To eat later.
Yeah. What you talking about? See, y'all don't pay attention to what it was on the show. You know what I mean? Everybody covets.
I say,
listen, everybody covets Claire Huxtable. Everybody covets what's the lady's name from Good Times? Everybody covets them. Those women.
Right, and they played traditional roles. They played traditional.
But y'all didn't pay attention though. Y'all spent so much time laughing at Gina, but y'all didn't pay attention to what Gina did. It's like y'all laughed at that show for years, but y'all didn't pay attention to what that show was really trying to tell you. Is that, look, people are going to have to work, and you're going to have concessions, and people don't concede no more. It's all about me. And it's a lot of selfishness, and a big part of marriage is you have to give up a part of yourself.
Yep.
And you have to get over yourself.
Yep.
And when both parties can come to this, boom, you got a beautiful thing. Have fun, happy ever. But the problem is because a lot of people are lazy, and then you're talking about an active commitment. Commitment requires work. It's just people are so gung-ho. In my opinion, people are too horny. I could honestly date somebody for a year and never have a sexual interaction with them. And that's kind of actually what I'd like to pull off. Because once you introduce that to the equation, it changes things. I don't care what anybody says. It changes things. You'll never go back to the first before you see somebody date.
No,
look at my sexy
it goes back to what I had the conversation I had with our first guest, is that I'm gonna say this because it's like you got to put that out there, people. I was able to always separate dating, fucking, and a motherfucker that I want to be with. You know what I mean?
Well, like, I think women are a lot. I don't know why, but I believe that women are vastly more capable of pulling that off than men.
Why is that?
I really do. Because of men, we tend to, like, we walk around like, yeah, our dick's swing. Like, that's how we walk around. And because it's reality, then you get to walk in your reality. But, like, there's a lot of truth tones behind it, which is you bruh, don't tell me you can just mess with this girl and she gives you the greatest experience of your life. And then if she told you, because if they came to you and said, hey, we'll give you the girl of your dreams, but you can only have one night with her, and then you'll never see her again, that man will lose his mind the next morning. Lose his mind. They can't get over it. They cannot get over it, because men understand when something tastes good. Oh, you want it again, and 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 you want it again. In my opinion, once again, I can only speak for men, is I don't think that young men today are disciplined. I don't think there's a lot of discipline, because there's a male ego requires discipline, or else it gets out of control.
True.
I'm asking because one thing that I've noticed, and this is a big hindrance of why connection is a problem now, is because everything has moved to be very transactional, and we're a very transactional society. So, you know, the way people operate today, it's very much like, okay, if I do this for you, what do I get? And it has to be something tangible.
What's the term? What is the term? Oh goodness.
What are you talking about? Quid pro quo?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right. That's how basically everything is.
For sure.
That's basically how everything is.
It's at a point where it is what it is. You know, marriage is a patience thing.
That and you find someone who's willing to understand the word sacrifice and not always associated with a negative connotation. Like,
no, sacrifice is not negative. It's concession. But see, people, once again, we're so transactional. It's all me. What do I get? What do I get for doing this? Huh?
Right. And that leads to my next question. Why do you think our generation is moving to this single life?
One thing I'm noticing as I'm getting older, more valuable than anything is time. And once you start to waste it, you start to get the fuck on my nerves. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, because time is the only thing that in my life that I don't know how much of it I have, and I'm the only person that can set the value of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you're wasting my time, we got a problem. Because first of all, there was already a decision within me to award you some of it in the first place. You got me feeling stupid because I awarded you some of my time. So now I got to go back and reevaluate how I go through my vetting process of giving my time.
Wow. So, I guess the message is to take your time to know yourself, get to know yourself before you can actually take the time to unselfishly spend time with someone else, spend your life with someone else. And to those of you all who like to waste people's time, or to those who are not upfront about what you want, what you need, I'm guilty of it. We really need to look in and reevaluate ourselves and the things that we want. And the first thing that people say that they want is happiness. So with that, are you me?
Are you looking for personal adult entertainment?
Subscription is free. Link tr.ee Mama Witch Plays.
Are you a gamer in need of community? Join GFG, Grown Folk Gaming, where we not only game. We inspire, motivate, and get it. Life is stressful enough. Play games.